Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. In the last episode, Naomi landed on Eden Prime to pick up the beacon. However, as you can see, things have gone terribly, terribly wrong. Something awful has happened here. Now then, Jenkins did mention that he was from Eden Prime, so do you have anything to say on that?
Oh God, what happened here?
Terrible things. Terrible, terrible things.
Smells like smoke and death.
Thanks for that, Caden. Thanks for that assessment there. Beautiful. It's what I always needed to know. Whoa.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless.
Are you sure? They look explosive to me. I don't... Why are they undulating like that? Why are they undulating? I don't like or trust that, so you know what? I'ma just ignore them. No thank you. But I won't ignore you. There we go. Lovely. God, look at them. Why do their limbs look like that? I don't... No, thank you. Just go. Just go. Ignore them. I don't trust them.
Oh God, what happened here?
Like I said before, terrible, terrible things. Oh. It is quite a view, though. Quite a view. I only wish it was more peaceful. Less smoking. Oh, Jenkins! And there we go. Any more? Jenkins. He never learned. He never learned to think before he acts.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
He does deserve a burial. He did a dumb. But he was trying to be brave, and that's what counts.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, ma'am.
He was trying to help people. He was probably being so erratic because this was his home. He just wanted to see, like, oh, are my friends okay? Are my family okay? And he just ran straight ahead without thinking. You know what? Let's be prepared. Oh! Go and... There we go.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Okay, that's wonderful, Nihilist. Did the game just tell me press V to heal your squad mates? I think he's a bit beyond healing. I don't think that's going to have any effect, game. Okay. Let's try and move from cover to cover. Okay. Left shift to issue orders for your squad. Z is attack your target. I'm not going to lie, I am going to forget all of this. I'm quite content to let the squad do what they do, and I'm just gonna focus on trying to control Naomi. Okay, let's... There we go. Any more? You know what, let's out of cover and just run. Run up, there we go. Okay, I don't know how to lead. That is... Okay, good job, Kaiden, though. Good job, buddy. Let's just keep moving forwards. There could be civilians. Okay. And there we go.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it.
Hey, are you okay, lass?
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, ma'am?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
And what happened to your unit?
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Oh. So you're a sole survivor too. I think Naomi... I think she'd be feeling a great deal of empathy for Ashley right now. You know, you had to watch your unit die, I had to watch my unit die. You ran to save yourself? You shouldn't be blaming yourself for that. If you had to run, then you had to run. That isn't abandoning them. That isn't leaving them behind. That is keeping yourself safe. Like, you shouldn't be blaming yourself for their deaths.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, ma'am. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Do you want to join us?
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, ma'am. It's time for payback.
On one hand, this does make me feel rather guilty because it does feel a little bit like we replaced an incompetent person with a competent person, but poor Jenkins. Poor Jenkins, he lived up to his name. Let's put it like that. His name was Richard L. Jenkins. I believe the L stood for Leroy. You know, Leroy Jenkins. Oh, poor guy.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
The fact that they keep saying Veil is making my Dragon Age senses tingle. I know it's not the same. I know it's a coincidence, but that's where my brain goes. Also, I have no idea who these factions are. I'm just sat here thinking, who are the Quarians? Who are they? I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to get into the Codex entries at the end of today's episode because, you know, there is a lot of lore, there's a lot of history here, and there are times where that could impact Naomi's decision-making. I don't think she'd treat any alien species as outright hostile. Maybe the Geth because they're robots, but, you know, any kind of fleshy species, I don't think she'd treat them as different because I think she treats them as individuals. You know, like, I met a Turian who was an asshole, but there are also Turians who are perfectly lovely. I'm not going to judge an entire species off of one guy because I would hate if someone did that to me. But, you know, like with the Turians, there is the first, what was it that Chuck was called it? The first contact war? and there is still a lot of bad blood between the Taurians and humans. There could be other instances like that which might, you know, have some effect on Naomi's decision making, but I'm not aware of that because I do not know the lore like she would, you know, as someone who is in this universe. So I'm very excited to start learning more.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
And what about those researchers? What happened to them?
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Fingers crossed.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Now, this is one of the problems with having a dialogue wheel. Because this could be new information, or it could just be a repeat of the one from before. You know what, just in case this is new information.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Okay, so it was just a repeat. Still, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Okay. Yeah, that's everything. Yeah, let's go.
Move out!
Alrighty then. Okay, press escape to go to the squad screen to spend talent points. Okay. I have one very vivid memory from the time I tried to play the original Mass Effect game back in 2020, and that vivid memory is of those guys. They genuinely scare me. Genuinely, they fill me with terror. I do not like them.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Okay, that's very nice. You're coming with me, though. As are you. Ooh, light armor. Okay. Well, first things first. You can have some decryption, and will improve your throw. Naomi doesn't have anything else. Ashley... I'm inclined to go all out on firepower. I think that suits you. And yep, that is... This is all pretty normal stuff. Okay, so you have an amp. That's an improvement for you. Not for you. Okay, Kaiden. Take that. There we go. So those are our med packs. That's... 1 second. Okay, so those are grenades. There's been mention of Omnigel, so I'm going to assume that's our Omnigel supply, and this is our currency. This is going to sound daft. I'm not seeing any kind of like, oh, here's your carry capacity. In which case, can Shepard just carry a bunch of stuff indefinitely? I would not be upset about that. Unless I'm told otherwise, I am going to assume that Shepard has infinite carry capacity. Okay, now we did pick up... Ooh. 18% cooldown reduction. Okay, Yeah, I definitely want that. And you know what? Yeah, let's also grab that. Then Kaiden, you can have this thing. Yeah. There we go. Good stuff. Now then, yeah, these ones aren't done cooking. I don't like them. Okay, run to the waypoint. Okay, weapon draw. Yeah, it's... Can we scoot along? That is a little awkward because... Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's an automatic crouch. Good stuff. We go into cover. Come on. There we go. Okay, one down. 3 more to go. Come on. Okay, so it's G to throw grenades. I probably won't do that. Who needs a grenade when you've got gun? And are you two just going to be awkward? Okay, you're going to be awkward. Come on, out of cover. Out of cover, there we go. Yeah, they're not moving. They're not moving. In which case... Go. And again, you're still hiding. Come on. Alrighty then. Oh, hello. Hello.
That man was still alive when they stuck him on the spike.
Killing us isn't enough. The death has to suffer.
Do you have any thoughts?
Impaling victims instead of just shooting them. There must be some reason behind it.
Classic psychological warfare. They're using terror as a weapon.
I wish that was it. Well, that could be partially it, but I remember and I wish I didn't.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Good stuff. I feel so nervous right now. I feel so nervous because I do not feel confident with... I'm used to hack and slashes. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to kind of being up here and just like clicking and doing all of this. I do not feel confident. You know, aiming and shooting, I feel like my reflexes aren't all that great. So I'm not looking forward to what comes next. Ooh. I think I'd rather have that accuracy, to be honest. And to be honest, I don't know how much I'll use the shotgun. I like the pistol. I really like the pistol. You know what? I don't think I'll use that. However, you know what? Yeah, you can have that. There we go. Hold up, did that... Oh, we leveled! Hey, good stuff. Again, I like having all of the dialogue options open to me. There we go. I'm happy with that. Oh, wait a minute. Other people leveled. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I forgot about you guys for a second. Let's get some barrier. Excuse me. There we go. Ashley. Let's go back. And then back. And you know what? Let's increase your health. There we go. Alrighty then. I need to prepare myself. I'm not gonna panic.
Camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
I really find those things quite scary.
Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Back it up. Back it up. We are now entering Operation Meat Shield. You guys will be my meat shields, okay? There you are. No. Operation Meat Shield. Operation Meat Shield. I don't like them. I mean, if you want to run around like headless chickens, I'm okay with that. No. And breathe. And breathe. I know it will probably sound stupid. I know, but these things terrify me. I don't like them. I don't like them in the slightest. Okay.
It used to be beautiful here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry.
Now we know what those spikes are for. Turning our own dead against us.
I reckon the reason they scare me is because on some level they kind of remind me of the Cybermen from Doctor Who. And genuinely, the Cybermen are the only enemy on Doctor Who that actually scares me. Like the Daleks, the Weeping Angels, no, those aren't scary. The Cybermen, no. I'm not dealing with them. I remember having nightmares.
It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, I remember having nightmares about the Cybermen as a child. I just... Ooh, okay. And you? Thank you kindly. Okay, so that was Omnigel. Good stuff. The little radiation-looking doodad is Omnigel. Okay. Let's put our weapons away. Give this a go. Some locked objects require decryption or electronics to access. If any squad member has the required talent, you will be able to unlock the object using the decryption or electronics interface or by spending Omnigel. Okay. Yeah, advance to the central core. Okay. Okay. Let's... Okay. There we go.
Humans, thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. One second we were gathering up our equipment, the next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Oh, that must have been so terrifying for them. You know, hearing all of that death outside and just praying that they don't get through the door. Oof.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry, Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Now what would Naomi make of that? To be honest, I think she'd probably dismiss it. This guy is clearly sensitive. He's dealing with a lot of stuff, and he's just gone through this really traumatic experience. You know, in these kinds of situations, because he's a researcher. He's a researcher, not a combatant. You know, he hasn't been prepped for war and fighting and death and destruction. So that could have such a negative impact on someone's psyche, let alone someone who is, you know, a bit delicate to start with. I don't think she'd dismiss him in like a, oh, he's crazy and stupid because he talks in a weird way. Dodoy. Like, I don't think she'd be thinking that. It's more so like, oh my god, this poor man, he's probably really confused. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think she'd put much thought into what he just said then.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
I do like Manuel. I do like having those kind of prophetic characters at the beginning of games, especially when it's, you know, you've got her saying like, oh, medical advancements, and then him, the heart of darkness. I love that. I love you, Manuel.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
No! No, this poor traumatized man has been through a lot. We're not going to threaten him. No, thank you.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Oof. Door, don't scare me like that. You two stay safe. You two stay safe. We'll make sure that, you know, there's a evac shuttle or something to come and get you. Now then, I am just about out of time for this episode, which means we're gonna read some codex entries. Ooh, okay. Okay, that's ooh, personal history summary. You know what, we'll do that one first, because I think that's most important. Okay, profile. You were born on Earth, but you never knew your parents. A child of the streets, you learned to live by your wits and guts, surviving in the hidden underbelly of the megatropolises of humans' homeworld. Eager to find a better life, you joined the Alliance military when you came of age. You volunteered for an expedition to Akuz, a lush world on the outskirts of Alliance space that had suddenly dropped out of contact. Arriving on the surface, your patrol found the settlement intact, but no survivors. At nightfall, the Thresher Moors struck, mindless abominations of teeth and tentacles that rose up from beneath the earth. Constant gunfire couldn't drown out the shrieks of your fellow soldiers as they were dragged down to a gruesome death. Oh, so they were pulled underground. Jesus. 50 Marines died. Did I say dined? Excuse me. It's the end of the episode. My tongue is like, I'm done for the day. I'm done. I want a break. 50 Marines died on Akuz. You were the only one to make it back to the landing zone alive. A monument on the planet commemorates the massacre, a grim reminder of the price humanity must pay as they spread throughout the stars. So yeah, this is very similar to the spoiler-free version that I managed to find. I like to imagine that perhaps this is something that's been written up by, you know, someone within the Alliance, and that this is potentially what Naomi told them. Because obviously in the backstory I gave her, she lived with her mum until she was in her early teens, at which point her mum ditched her after they were evicted from their apartment. She just left. She didn't stick around for her child to get home. I think that potentially Naomi would say like, oh, I never knew my parents, because that is so much easier than saying, oh yeah, I lived with my mum and she just abandoned me. Because people would question that, like, oh, what kind of parent abandons their child after being evicted from their home? Like, who does that? It creates so many more questions and problems. So I think Naomi covers that up by saying, oh yeah, I'm an orphan. I never knew my mum. I never knew her at all. Now then, these, excuse me, can I go to primary? There we go. These are the ones I'm interested in.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations.
The Codex entries are read out for you? I don't know how I feel about that, because on one hand, I enjoyed reading the Codex entries in the Dragon Age series, but at the same time, this is very convenient. This is so convenient for me, it gives my throat a break. Ooh, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, so, yeah, the Turians are these very kind of militant people. At the same time, they do seem to value cooperation. You know, with the Solarians and the Asari. The Asari were the blue ladies, and I want to say the Solarians were the frog-looking people. Very skinny with big eyes. Like, they look like frogs to me. And they value discipline and honor. Okay. Okay, good to know. We'll read one more.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens.
Okay. Okay, so the Protheans were an advanced race. They're all dead. We're still using their technology. Here's the thing. If we're still using it, then they were extraordinarily advanced. In which case, how did they all die? Yeah, if they could invent the mass relays, then... Okay, so we've got some kind of mystery there. What killed off the Protheans? A race so advanced, surely they would have been able to make some amazing weapons, yet they went extinct somehow. Intriguing. Very intriguing. Alrighty then, and with that, I am going to bring this episode to a close. Where are my guys? Where am I? I'm going to assume they're still in the shed, you know, talking with Dr. Warren. Maybe they're comforting Manuel, whatever. In the next episode, we head to the spaceport. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.